Hey guys, in this episode we are going to give you a quick tour of the hotel that we're having to stay in until our apartment becomes ready. And also we're going to talk a little bit about SIM cards and what it's like getting them here in Da Nang, Vietnam. Hey guys, welcome back. In our last episode, you'll know that we left the Philippines and we arrived here in Da Nang, Vietnam. There you go, that's what it sounds like here. We were looking for an apartment to stay in, like a long-term place, while we were staying in a different hotel. We did, however, find one, but yet we still can't get in just yet, so we have to wait another couple days, which means we've got to move to yet another apartment. Or another hotel rather. So we're going to show you that here a little later in the video.
But first, if you're new here, we're Joel and Michelle, the Wandering Hearts, and we've been traveling full-time since 2019. If you're interested in slow travel or traveling full-time, make sure you subscribe to our channel.
Yep. Also, check out our newsletter too. We've got a lot of tips and kind of updates and things as well. So first up, let's talk a little bit about staying connected while you're in Vietnam. Essentially, you've got a couple different ways to do this. Obviously, one is having an international plan or a phone plan that's got international coverage, namely data roaming and that sort of thing. Or you can, of course, get like a local or a physical SIM card that you can put in your phone. Those, of course, have the best advantage of having minutes, usually local minutes, as well as data. Or your third option, generally speaking, is going to be like SIM cards, or eSIMs rather, where you don't have to put a card in there, and but most of those are just going to be data only. However, there are a few that do have minutes available too. So now, usually we use an eSIM when we're traveling from one country to the next, just because they can buy them ahead of time and then we can just turn them on as soon as we land. Those work out great. Of course, the cost isn't always the best when it comes compared to like a local SIM card, but again, they're super convenient too. So that's what we did here. We used our eSIMs once we got into Vietnam, and then that gave us a couple days to go ahead and work on trying to get an actual local SIM card or physical card that we can then use for our phones. So a couple of reasons you might want to actually have an actual physical SIM card and get that phone number is if you're going to be signing up for apps like in Asia, like there's Lazada, which is kind of like an Amazon, or even some of the rideshare apps too might require an actual local phone number instead of just like your regular US or Canadian or whatever number you've got. So for coming to Vietnam, we actually opted to go ahead and get SIM cards here locally, and so I ended up getting an actual physical SIM card, and Michelle ended up getting an actual eSIM, but not through all of the normal eSIM providers that you get online, but through Viettel, which is one of the local phone and communication services. It was actually really easy to get to. I think it was maybe 10-minute ride from where we're staying, and $2 on Grab, so super cheap. When we got there, it was about 15 minutes for the whole process. You get in, you sit down, you're gonna sit there and look at the plans that you want to do. So you just pick the plan you want. So once you're called up, make sure you have your passport. They're gonna need to take a picture of your passport. Afterwards, they're gonna get you on a video call with the person that's gonna verify that you're, I guess, a living person. So they might ask you, look at the camera for a second time. And then they're gonna basically load up whatever package you've chosen and finish that process and activate your card for you. So one thing to note, that it's all going to be in cash here, so be sure to bring enough money. So let's talk about a little bit of the prices. The package that I got was the SG160B. I have to look at my notes. It's basically 4 gigabytes a day, which works out to 120 gigabytes total for a 30-day period. And that included 10 minutes of calling in network, as well as per call actually. So 10 minutes per call. It's basically free for 10 minutes, and then you get 100 minutes total of out-of-network calls as well. That one was basically 160K dong, plus there's another 50 for the physical SIM card that they put in, which is separate. So now Michelle, she ended up getting the SG135 package, and essentially it's the same as mine, 4 gigs, 120 megabytes per month. The difference is that it's data only for hers, since hers was the eSIM, and so they didn't have to pay any kind of extra fees for a car. So in total, for the both of us, we spent 345,000 dong, which is $13.50. So there are a lot of other prepaid plans and packages that you can choose other than the ones we did that offer a lot more data and a whole bunch of other bells and whistles. But we don't think we're gonna need much more than that. So I will say this though, as far as speed and coverage, our coverage has actually been really good so far. It's 5G, and we've been getting about 50 to 60 download and about 30 to 40 upload too. And that's pretty much everywhere we've been. And this is even including inside buildings and things like that. So I have to say, we're really impressed with that. What are you doing?
There's a kid.
Oh my God. You keep staring. I'm like, what is going on?
There's a little kid. It's so cute.
And real quick, if you're interested in joining our little travel tribe and getting access to like behind the scenes things of like kind of more like raw behind the scenes footage of kind of our travels and what it's like living like this. Also exclusive videos and articles that we have for our members and all of our quick start guides and ebooks and all that stuff. Just head over to nomadicabundance.com and you can check out our membership. Like we mentioned at the beginning of the video, because we can't get into our stay for another like couple of days, we've had to move hotels yet again. So we're gonna go ahead and give you a quick tour of what the hotel that we're staying in right now looks like. So let's go take a look. As you can see, we have 2 beds, which is kind of funny, but it worked out for us. The biggest thing though is these beds are actually really hard. They're just your typical kind of Asian beds, so we have not had the best sleep. And when Michelle was sick for like 2 days, she basically spent the whole time in bed, so she was extremely uncomfortable. The room isn't too big, isn't too bad as far as size is concerned. There was at least a little desk area, which was nice. I could at least get some work done. Unfortunately, wasn't really any place for Michelle to do anything. And as far as like the TV worked, but the internet here isn't the best. It was maybe 5 megs to 20 megs is the best I got, but it was kind of very sporadic. So basically we've just been using hotspotting off of our SIM cards that we talked about earlier. So, all right, let's show you the rest of it. Now, we did opt for a larger room, so this one ended up costing us about $21 a night. So the price is actually really good. It has like this little couch area and also like a little kitchenette area too. But one thing that was disappointing was that we have a kettle, but we have no coffee mugs, so we can't even use it. And we asked the staff about it. They're like, "Oh, we don't have coffee mugs." So also, it looked like we had a kitchenette that we could use, but there's no hub. There's literally nothing. So there's no dishes, no frying, nothing at all. So we're kind of disappointed about that. The only good thing is that we at least have a refrigerator and the most amazing view of nothing. So, I don't know, a little disappointing. And also, our first day here, we had a few problems, and more problems is our hot water was out completely. So my first shower was extremely cold. But I will say they were quick to come up and fix it once I notify them of it. Also, the bum gun here is leaking water everywhere. So it was like just all over the place too. Other than that though, I mean, it's got a decent shower and not too bad. But also as typical, there's no fan, so you just kind of have to keep windows open. Or what we do is use the AC unit and just turn it on dry, which seems to do a pretty good job of knocking the moisture out. So anyway, like I said, we're super excited about moving into our next place, and then you may have seen that we've already got our bags packed. Today is our move, but we're gonna save that till the next video because we're gonna show you kind of what our new place looks like, and then we're gonna sit down and talk a little bit about what the process is, especially if you're gonna be coming here as a digital nomad or if you're gonna slow travel here for a few months, one to several months at a time. There's a kind of a process in order to try to find apartments, mostly using agents. So we're gonna kind of go over all that in the next video. So Thanks, guys. Hope this was helpful, and we'll see you in the next one. Happy wandering. Our physical card that we can then use for our phones. So you might be. So it was really easy to do. And again, we're here in Da Nang, so so we're here in Da Nang, and for us, it was just easiest to go down to the Viettel store. Just pick the plan you want, wait for you to be called up. Once you come up, they're going to basically take. So in total, for the both of us, we spent 345,000 dong, which is $13.50.